This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out of Me. All right, everyone. We back.
We back.
We back for action. Specifically on the action part.
It is the action part, yes.
Also, quick, just little aside, little housekeeping for you. One of our microphones kicked the bucket.
It had to happen.
It ripped the big one. It died.
It got sent to the farm
right
upstate.
Before we started recording this. It ripped. So just so you know, if we sound
Different.
a little distant, we're recording on one microphone, but we still wanted to provide you this episode because lots to talk about.
Yeah,
it's a really good movie, so we didn't want to leave you hanging. And so this is going to be us on one microphone. We're just cuddled up here.
Listen,
in the studio.
We did 70 some episodes just like this.
Yes, we did. So I mean,
it's a throwback.
It's a throwback. We still hopefully sound good, but yeah, we are sorry if the audio quality is a little bit different on this one. We are working to fix it, so just hang tight with us. Anyway, now onto the juicy part, what we need you to do while we're working on our technical issues.
That's something you should work on as
well. Go to your social medias, go to your web zones, go to YouTube, Spotify,
wherever you get your
podcasts. We are sacrificing on one microphone, okay? We have to both lean in to fucking record this. We are dedicated to this.
Yeah, because we haven't done this like this in a long time. You know?
No, and the other one was like an actual 360 mic, so it would pick up fucking everything.
Ivory Echo.
This one, we have a little bit better of a quality, so it's good. But please go like, comment, subscribe. We do recommendations every 5 episodes, so please get those in. And I think that's all the housekeeping. That's all the crazy stuff that's going on right now. Anyway, let's get into the movie that I forgot to fucking post on our social media. It's just a weird night.
It's okay.
It's a weird night. Cohen Tate.
Wow,
this movie was awesome.
This is a movie it's one of those movies that it's impossible for me to dislike.
Yeah, same.
It's one of those I love road movies.
Yeah. I like road trip movies. Like one of my favorite movies during the holidays is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and that's like a road trip holiday movie. It's fucking awesome. And it's a lovable schmuck, and then a kind of dickish big businessman traveling across the country to get home for Thanksgiving. This is a little different because it's 2 psychopaths and a child.
That's a perfect, the found family trope.
It's a movie about family, and that's what makes it so powerful.
No, this is because I think of the Terminator.
Yeah.
Those kind of movies where everyone's always moving,
right?
Or The Hitcher,
yeah,
where it's always propelling forward, and this is like that,
right? And it's it's so it's for the most part in a single location, one car, so you have to have really interesting characters, an interesting dynamic, and a good hook.
Yeah,
right. So because you have to. I mean, it's only an hour and 20 minutes, but you still have to stay interested for that entire time, and you're only in one location
with only basically 3 characters,
and it only takes place over a couple hours.
Yeah, so
it's it's not even really a time skip or anything like that. And the way they did it was really, really good, and you get a feel for the characters. They have development and stuff, because we've watched movies where it's a single location and there's no character development. And it's boring as fuck, and you just don't care about anyone.
That's the thing. If you're doing it like this, and I think this will be a bit of a rambler, but for a movie like this, you have to have the characters, because
absolutely.
There's not a big grand thing going on.
Right.
It's just 3 people in a car.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the beginning because it sets everything in motion, right? Because it's Travis Knight saw
there's a little scroll.
Saw a murder where a mob was killing someone, and Travis saw the entire thing.
And
so
now they want to talk to him.
Now the mob really wants to talk to Travis Knight, and then literally it you think it's blank, it's gonna go to the movie, and then it just says Travis Knight is 9 years old.
Movie.
Boom, movie. It's what a way to start the movie, because now you put this like an unknown character who's 9 years old. We know exactly what happened, and you put him right in the middle of danger, right? So you know exactly where it's gonna start. You didn't see the murder or anything.
Yeah.
But you know he's in big fucking trouble. And so I love how simply it starts. It's just like a farmhouse. And you know it's like instantly you know it's a safe house.
Yeah, and then you see like...
Because there's like detectives all around
two like government goons around.
Yeah, with like sunglasses and full suits in the fucking Texas heat.
And you know that like exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the kid and his mom and dad, they're all on edge. There's one guy who's like, he's sweaty.
Well, I like how they like, it's like it's supposed to like create this nervous tension in the air, and like one guy's acting super weird. He keeps checking his watch, and
he's sweaty,
and like the dad's trying to like make it seem normal, like playing catch with his son and everything, but like everything's not normal because like
why can't we go back home? It's like, no, we can never go back home.
He's like, we can't ever go back to Galveston. Because they're from Galveston.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll talk about, like, I don't know if we're going to go chronological, because there's not a lot to this movie, to be honest, but there's a lot in this movie.
You just have to see it.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. So I would say before we get fully into it, definitely go watch it.
Try to track this down.
I think you should try and track it down. It's very good. Yes. I liked it a lot. And we watched the 1080p version of it, and it looked really, really good. So anyway, you know, the detective that keeps checking his watch, like, he drives off.
Yeah, he just disappears after the dad tries making a phone call.
And the line is cut.
Yeah.
And so he's like, what the fuck? Like, where's that guy going?
And he takes their car.
Yeah.
So they have no way to, like,
they have no way of communicating. And one of the detectives who's, like, nervous in the house, like, the dog, like, runs out of the house and the kid chases after it. And, like, the one of the detectives is so nervous that he won't let them leave the house.
Yeah. Because he's like, we're going to be fine. There's a guy outside.
He's just like, lay low. And I love, like, when Travis, like, runs past, like, the hay bale, you see you see the two shoes of the detective and, like, blood all around him. So you know, like, shit's about to go fucking tits up. And so when we finally get our bad guys coming in,
they show up.
It's two guys.
Yeah. One
has the shotgun and, like, a leather jacket. And one is in, like, more, like, business attire.
Yeah, and he's older.
Kind of looks like a more, like, old-school mafioso guy.
Has a hearing aid.
Yeah. And this is Cohen and Tate.
This is what the movie's named after.
I love how it's called Cohen and Tate, and there's no fucking heroes in this movie.
Yeah.
There's no fucking heroes in this movie. So get that right out of the way. It's just about two psychopathic killers.
Yeah.
And a 9-year-old child.
One of them just happens to be less psychopathic than the other.
Because, like, one of the detectives that kept them in the house, gets blasted out the fucking window. Because Travis starts running towards the house. And then his dad gets, like, gunned down.
And then, like, there's just the mom alive.
And she's, like, begging for her life. And saying, don't kill me. And, you know, Cohen is like, well, he calls the boss, and he's like, the job is done.
And then he hangs up and he looks at her and says, almost.
Yeah, and then of course Tate he kills her, and they take the kid. Their whole mission in the entire movie, and this is what the whole entire movie is about. So Tate, the mob wants to talk to Travis, and they are trying to drive him back to Galveston,
to Houston,
Texas. Sorry, yeah. To Houston to make him talk to the mom.
And he, even in this scene, like the first scene in the car, he asks him, are you going to kill me? And Cohen's like, no. Yeah. And then he's like, well, where are you taking me? And there's the people who want to talk to you. And he's like, are they going to kill me? And he's like,
probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your whole stakes, okay?
Yeah, there's your setup and your stakes and everything like that.
There's not sugarcoating it.
And the rest of the movie, for like 90% of the movie, I would say like probably maybe like 98% of the movie, because they don't get out of the car very often.
Very little. When they do, it's like it's still in locations around the car.
Right. The rest of the movie takes place in that car, and it's just a road trip.
Just a nice,
just a nice friendly road trip with two. Like one's way more psychotic than the other. Like Tate right away, like they don't like each other, and I love that dynamic where
it's great.
You get like Cohen is like this straight-laced guy. He wants to finish the job. It's like he's older. He knows his shit. He doesn't want to,
also because he's older,
he doesn't want any bullshit.
There's also that indication that like he can't. His bosses don't think he's got it anymore.
Right, like he's getting too old for the job.
Which is why they made him go with Tate.
And they have this like nerves where like he might be getting removed.
Yeah.
Because he's so old.
Because he even tells him like you don't get retirement in this like job.
Yeah, like when you're out, you're dead.
They just he says like a line saying like one day you just feel a slight prick in the back of your head before you watch your brains blow out.
And so they send Tate with him, and Tate is like the exact opposite. He's a loose cannon. He's psychotic.
Yeah.
He like shows right away that he like doesn't care about like kids, women, like anybody. Like he only cares about himself. And he even at a few points in the movie wants to kill the kid because he's annoyed with the kid. He wants to kill him just because he's annoyed with him.
While Cohen's like, no, this is our job.
No, we're gonna stick this through. Like we have, even through all of it, he still wants to finish the job. And it gets even more to like an insane degree with Cohen, where he's like psychotic about wanting to finish this job so desperately, but Tate just doesn't care about the job at all.
Yeah, because the whole time is like, you find out that the dad is still alive.
Yeah.
So Tate's like, shit, we're fucked. Like they're gonna tell him.
Yeah, let's just like kill him. We'll go back, kill the dad,
and we'll be safe.
And we'll be safe.
But he's like, no, we have to keep going. There's a part where the kid runs away, and like goes with a cop, and they kill the cop, and like there's that added on.
Right, and then so now the cop has their description and what they're driving, so they have to ditch the car, and then they have to get into a new car.
Yeah. But it's just like the whole time, like Tate's on the verge of a breakdown.
Right. Well, because he's literally having like a crash out in the car because he's so nervous and such a loose cannon that he just wants to get rid of the kid and go back to where it's safe.
And there's this constant back and forth where he's like threatening the kid, and Cohen is like having to point a gun at him and like getting him to calm down. And of course the kid exploits this.
I do love how they build the tension between Cohen and Tate, and how you as an audience know there's tension, and the kid like picks up on that and starts using it to his advantage. He
starts
like
playing
you said.
him against each other.
Yeah, well, because he keeps saying how Tate wants to kill. Like he keeps saying, every time they're like alone, like so one of them will go like get gas or like ask him to, because like at one point they lose the map and the kid like hides the map in the car.
Eats pieces of it.
Yeah. And then they have to go ask someone for directions and hope that they don't recognize them.
Yeah.
And so, well, because they don't have like their pictures, they just have a description of like what they look like and what they're wearing. And when like Cohen's going to like ask for directions, he kind of annoys Tate to the degree where Tate almost kills the kid.
He starts coughing and he throws up like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And Cohen's like, and Tate's like, pushing him around and like threatening him and saying like, I'm gonna kill you. But then
Cohen has to like again talk him down off the ledge.
Yeah.
But then when Tate's out of the car, he talks to Cohen and he's like, he wants to kill you. Like,
he knows like you're past your prime.
He wants to kill me and he wants to kill you. He wants to be finished with this. He doesn't want this job anymore. And like that mounting tension between Cohen and Tate, and like how the kid's just exploiting it and like kind of like getting it to this fever pitch.
There's also, it leads to that great scene where they're driving and Cohen starts falling asleep. Mm-hmm. And it's like the kid's like singing Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
It's like, I swear to God, I think the kid
is doing it on purpose.
Is doing it on purpose to make Cohen fall asleep.
Yeah. Because he's like singing in like this very almost lullaby tone.
Yeah.
And like Cohen's falling asleep and Tate's just like staring at him like, you look tired. Like, you should let me drive. just like waiting for him to.
But like Cohen won't let him drive because he knows
He doesn't trust him.
Tate's gonna do something crazy.
And earlier there was a scene where like he kept complaining that he's like driving too erratically and all this stuff.
Right.
But he just, you can tell because like Tate's just waiting for him to fall asleep so he can do something. And then he's just like, also he's starting to like goad him on and being like, just you can just close your eyes.
Just close your eyes, old man. Like, it's okay.
And you'll wake up and we'll be there. We'll be in Houston.
He's right next to a truck and like he starts nodding off and closing his eyes. And at that point, Tate points the fucking shotgun at him.
Yeah.
And the kid wakes him up.
And he's like, he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. And then, Tate puts it away and is like, shut up. Like, pretending like nothing happened.
I do love, you mentioned that part where the cop picks him up when he escapes. When he escapes out the car, and then there's that, like, crazy scene on, like, the freeway where the kid's, like, running across, like, oncoming freeway traffic, and, like, Tate has to run across the freeway too,
and he can't hit him with a shotgun because there's like traffic.
There's too much like traffic, and the kid like kind of escapes and then gets with the cop, and then they just happen to drive by the cop with the kid like in the car, and they like blast the cop away, and it's crazy because when they like kill the cop, he's still pressing on the gas.
Yeah.
So now the kid is like
trying to maneuver,
pushing over this like dead cop's body while trying to like maneuver the car as they're like bumping into each other.
They get like in front of them and like basically brake check them, slow down.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. It's really well done too. I should also take this like point to mention the camera work for like being in a car.
Oh, it's great.
Is really good. Like,
has to be. Because if you're in a single location, you have to make it interesting.
I love how like there's shots where they clearly like took the door off and like have to point it straight at the actor, and it's like it looks really well. It's claustrophobic. It's really good, and like you have this tension building with this like really claustrophobic camera work, and like just like these nerves of these two guys desperately trying to get to Houston.
Almost all those scenes, I also like that it's just like the natural audio.
Yeah, I do too.
There's no like music. It's just the sounds of the road.
Yeah, I should say the soundtrack is pretty good too.
Yeah.
And, like it sets the tone really well. I think there's a lot of, and like when it's just the kid, it plays this like more like kind of whimsical music, but like where it's like this is a 9-year-old in peril. Like this is not like this is not an adult. This is not like an action hero. This is a 9-year-old.
Yeah, there's not much you can do
that witnessed a murder. But I love how they play like the kind of more like innocent like music when it's just him and stuff like that, and how they play the more nerve-wracking music when it's the two psychopaths. I didn't know what to expect with this movie. I kind of thought it was going to be like two detectives when I like saw like Cohen and Tate.
So I've been eyeballing this movie for a while.
Yeah.
And I specifically I avoided watching it because I knew it would be on our podcast at one point. All I knew was that there's two guys.
Yeah.
Because I saw the poster. All I knew is there's two dudes. I wasn't sure if they were like cops. I thought maybe it's like a buddy cop thing or what. Because I just saw the two of them. And like the explosions on the poster, and I'm like, okay.
I wish I would have heard of this before, but I'm kind of glad that we waited until the podcast. And I know I've said that before, but I love finding these movies on this podcast. It's like such a good way to discover movies. Mm-hmm. And that's why we do it, for the love of the game, really. Honestly. Even with one fucking microphone, we're doing it.
We could watch movies all goddamn day.
Yeah, I could. I
Shitty
could.
Or good.
I don't care. It does not matter to me. I also love, jumping back into the movie, the checkpoint scene.
Mm-hmm.
Where they like, so this
Again,
is
great tension.
Yeah, it's really good because at this point they know the vehicle they're driving, they know what the two people look like, what they're wearing, they know there's a kid in the back, and like so Cohen and Tate are like, okay, well we're gonna pull off here, like let's see if we can like kind of find a back way to go, right? And of course they run right into a police checkpoint.
It's a police checkpoint, and there's no going back.
They like trying to reverse, and there's too many cars behind them, so they have to pull forward.
And they tell the kid like to get behind, and he puts like a blanket around him.
But he's smart enough to put one foot
Yeah.
up, right? And so, okay, they're like, okay, like I got my Cohen's like I got my gun to the door.
Yeah. If they'd say anything, I got a gun pointed at him.
And like you just shut up and let me do the talking.
Yeah.
So
Just that casual.
it's basically this like hold up scene.
Yeah.
Where they're holding up these cops and like slowly walking them to the end of the checkpoint. And then they tell all the cops, there's 4 cops. And like under threat of like killing the kid and killing all the cops.
There's also a great part in that scene where they're slowly moving forward, and there's a car in front of them with a baby.
Yeah, and Tate, this is like how psychopathic he is. He points the shotgun right at the baby.
He's looking at the cop and being like, look. And he points his shotgun at the baby and pretends to shoot it. And he's laughing hysterically.
I love the shot of the baby, like when he's doing that, and the baby like is playing with him and like tilts his head back and stuff. Like it's so well done. Like the tension is so high in that scene. And so they walk to the checkpoint, and they make all the cops give up their guns, and then they're driving away, and he's like,
there's also that great part where they make them all rip the radios out of the car.
Oh yeah, and the cop is like shaking.
Well, he like goes in there and he's like about to get the radio, and then there's a gun.
There's a handgun,
laying on the seat, and he like reaches for it, and then the captain or whatever is like looking at him like shaking his head.
Like, he like looks up, and the captain is like,
"Don't
you
dare!
Don't do it."
And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah. So he grabs he shows him he's grabbing the radio, and then again they like start driving off, and then they stop, and Cohen's like,
okay, do the honors.
And like Tate just like
takes his giant shotgun.
I thought he was gonna kill the cops, but he didn't. He takes his giant shotgun, blows out all the tires, and then just blows up both of the fucking cop cars.
And they drive away.
Yep, it's great. I love that scene. It's again, it's just like a really. I would honestly, it's kind of like a. It's less of an action movie and more of like a thriller, I guess you would say. But it's really well done.
Uh-huh.
I liked it a lot because it was thrilling, and the tension was high the entire movie. Because even when when it finally reaches that fever pitch where they're finally gonna attack each other.
Because because this is after he points the gun at Cohen when he falls asleep. The kid keeps pushing.
What keeps egging Tate on.
And then there's a point where he calls him a pussy.
Yeah, the kid literally calls Tate a pussy.
And they have a struggle, and then the kid spits on him. And of course he's ready to kill the kid.
Well, and he also has a mini freak out. He starts crying.
Yeah, he's
because he's and this is where you get kind of how Tate is very insecure.
And Cohen just looks at him like, what the fuck?
But he acts all tough, but he's extremely insecure and extreme. It's really easy to goat him into that kind of stuff.
Well, there's also a part where he's having a freak out about something. I think it's because they have to get a new car or something, and he's freaking out. He just has a whole meltdown, and Tate tells him calm down or whatever, or don't panic, and that makes him even more pissed off because he's like, I don't panic.
He's like, I don't panic, and then he starts yelling and hitting things and stuff. And then there's also that part where he's just unhinged, and he's annoying Cohen by showing him a matchbox and then trying to read off of it, and then he just starts eating the matches.
And Cohen just looks at him like, okay,
and he's like, strike anywhere. There's one scene where they get along, because he Tate makes a joke where he says, you know what? What goes through the mind of a bug when
the last thing that goes through the mind of a bug,
when it hits a windshield, it's ass. And then they both start laughing.
That's the only scene.
That's the only scene where they actually get along for even 2 seconds. Everything else is just tension filled, just white knuckling it to Houston.
Cohen just keeps telling him to shut up.
But with Tate's character development, with him being kind of psychotic and actually having mental issues, we also get Cohen's character development when he knows that Tate wants to kill him. So he makes a pit stop to a mailbox, and he has a letter that's folded up to, we assume, his wife. It says Pamela
has
Cohen.
the same last name.
Yeah, and he puts like a couple $100 bill.
He puts the majority of his money.
Yeah,
in there.
And a money clip.
And he sends it away, and it's like, I mean, they don't really, tell you, but it's almost, you can almost assume that it's like,
well, like Cohen knows it's his last.
This
job.
is it. This is the end.
Yeah, this is like, it's not gonna go anywhere but south.
That's
like,
it.
This is the final job. Mm-hmm. And I love how like subtle that is, but like, because it doesn't like. Yeah. It doesn't say anything. It's not like the huge like lore dump.
But like, you see the name and you see the fact that it's almost all of his money going in there. You're like, okay, you can infer, which I like that they have they're confident that you can figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't like fucking have to have this scene where someone monologues all this stuff, right? Oh man, like. I don't know. There's not like a ton. It's good. It's a really good movie. Don't get me wrong, but there's not like a ton to talk about because again, it's mostly them driving and arguing and tension building. But it's really well done in that sense because like all the conversations they have, none of them are good. None of them are like productive. They hate each other the entire fucking movie, and they hate this kid even more because the kid is causing all these problems.
But the kid knows that. Tate wants to kill him.
Well, the kid knows that Tate wants to kill him and Cohen wants to keep him alive.
So he uses that to his advantage because basically he keeps pushing Tate.
Yeah, because after he spits in his face, like, Tate loses it. He's
about to kill him. And then Cohen
pulls out a gun,
points it right at his stomach. And there's a thing earlier in the movie where they get into the new car, or they switch seats. And Cohen looks at Tate and he's like, no seatbelt? He's like, nah, I don't. That's pussy shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And, of course, later on, when he shoots Tate for threatening to kill the kid one last time, he just goes flying out the car.
Yeah, he flies out the car, and Cohen puts it in park, picks up his body, and puts it in the trunk.
He puts it in the trunk, and then, you think everything's fine.
Well, because they go to, like, a gas station.
And again, like, Cohen tells the kid, like, don't do anything. Like, I'm more than happy to shoot this guy.
Yeah, like I sneeze easier than killing this guy.
So he fills up the gas, and while the guy's filling up the gas, there's blood coming out of the trunk.
So the guy knows something's wrong. And again, we get the scene where someone's like deciding what to do, right? Because he gets the cash from Cohen, knowing there's blood, and knowing the kid's in trouble.
Yeah,
and he reaches for the phone, and Cohen instantly knows.
Instantly kills him.
It kills him, and they drive off.
So that, like, yeah, even though he's more morally right, he's still, like, a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah. And I love how, like, right after this, one of the tires blow. Like, there's nothing good happens to Cohen or Tate, which is for the best because they're horrible people.
It's on brand.
But I do love like movies where it's just horrible people,
one thing after another,
like just like horrible things happening to horrible people. Because like you kind of like Cohen, you don't like Tate because he's psychopath. He's a total psychopath. But you kind of like Cohen, but you still know he's a fucking killer. He's not like a good guy.
He's taking the kid to his death.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. Yeah. He doesn't do anything good in the movie. You just like the character, which I think is important because you have to hook on to something. I will say this also, the kid is not overly annoying to me.
Which is very important.
Which is important because usually kids in R-rated movies, it could go either way. A lot of times it's the worst way. It's not a good way. But in this one, the kid actually does a good job, I think.
Yeah. Especially, I think they also do the smart thing because most of the dialogue is the two killers.
I mean, unless you hate kids with, like, country accents. Because he does have a very thick country accent in this one. He has quite the twang.
It is Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, he does have quite the twang in this movie. So just be prepared for that. And because he calls Cohen Cone.
Yeah.
Cone, he's gonna kill you, Cone.
I gotta pay.
Tate, he's gonna kill you, Cone. So if that was annoying to you, you probably won't like this movie because there is an annoying kid. But I thought it was really well done, and I think like honestly, throwing a kid into this kind of situation is like a really interesting concept.
Oh, yeah.
I like how they did
it's
it.
very different.
And it's really well done.
Because it's someone who he can't physically
Right. Like, he can't, like,
yeah.
fight any of them, right? So he has to kind of outwit them. Yeah. But again, it's a 9-year-old kid, so how do you outwit two adults? And one who is literally not in the same mind.
Yeah.
Like a sane mind.
So, it's very smart because it's, you know, he has to keep thinking of ways to, like, make them fight each other or mess with them, like when he hides the map.
Or mess with Tate mostly because, like, Tate's the more, like, weak-willed person.
He's easier to bait.
Yeah. Because he's more childlike than Cohen.
So it's easier to bait him.
Yeah. And tire blows. So now
they pull
Cohen has to go into the trunk because guess what's in the trunk? A fucking car, a spare tire. But also in the trunk is fucking Tate, which if you've watched any movie ever, you know that Tate's not dead.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, what's going to happen right as he opens that trunk.
And yeah, he jumps out, beats him up, and he reveals that he's been wearing body armor the whole time.
Yep.
And, you know, the kid is, he's handcuffed to the steering wheel. So he goes over there and is, like, threatening the kid, and the kid, like, figures out how to, like, drive the car away further.
And Cohen catches up with the car.
And, you know, he's, like, getting ready he's, like, switching out the tire, and the kid is, like, he's, like, trying to, like, get his hand.
He, like, keeps spitting on his hand and, like, trying to get the handcuff off.
And then eventually gets the handcuff off, and they're parked at, like, it's, like, got all these oil derricks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And it's, like, him running through them, and both the hitmen are looking for the kid.
Yeah. And he's hiding on in between all these derricks, and Cohen finally catches up with the kid.
And there's a part where they're, like, walking back, and he hears something. Cohen hears something, and he's handcuffed to the kid, and he, like, you know, falls down and, like, shoots at what he heard and, like, rolls around. Yeah. And then the kid's, like, yelling at him, and it's, like, muffled.
I almost thought the audio was, like, bad.
Yeah.
The audio sounds about how this episode's going to sound. So
I thought either that or I was like, did he, like, blow his eardrum out?
Yeah.
But
then, I mean, we have seen in the entire movie that Cohen
aid.
is wearing a hearing aid. Also, a testament to his age, there, like, because it's showing he's old without, like, telling.
And the fact that, like, he's, you know, he might not be the most perfect killer now.
Yeah, he's, like, not as with it as he once was.
So he loses his hearing aid, and he's, like, they have this, like, there's this really good moment where he's, like, desperately telling the kid, like, please help me.
Yeah.
Almost like telling the kid, like, if you don't help me, like, he will kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
because you see the desperation in his eyes. And because the kid found the hearing aid
and he's, like, hiding it.
Was going to, like, hide it because it's another thing he can use.
And then in that moment of desperation, the kid, like, almost feels sad for him.
Yeah.
Because he looks at this, like, old man.
Yeah, this old, decrepit hitman.
And he gives him the hearing aid.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're walking back, and Tate comes out and shoots Cohen in the shoulder with a shotgun. And the kid, and he's, like, on the ground, and the kid's, like, freaking out and, like, telling him, like, please get up, like, help, like, he's gonna kill us. And then when Cohen loads his shotgun again, when Tate loads his shotgun again, Cohen wakes up and shoots him, and he stumbles into one of the oil derricks.
And gets slammed into it. The one that
goes, like, downward.
You don't see his body get crunched into it, but you do see blood on the derrick afterwards.
As they're, like, walking away, you see the blood on it, and then they're driving back to Houston, and they've made it.
He's finally made it, right?
There's cops everywhere.
I also, before we get to the climax of the movie, I do want to talk about the weird ADRing they do in this movie. It's the only thing that kind of tripped me up in the entire movie. I don't know if it's because the MPAA was like, hey, you can't scream fuck at a 9-year-old child a bunch of times.
In a movie where they already scream fuck.
They do say fuck quite a bit in this movie. I don't know what happened, but, like, some of the editing...
There's a few scenes
where he's clearly saying, like, fucking shut up,
I'm
fuck
gonna
this,
fucking kill you,
I'm gonna fucking kill you. And it's like, I'm gonna freaking kill you, I'm gonna freak you, like, you know...
Like, but yeah, you can see
it's very like weird.
if you read his lips,
You can tell he's saying
you
fuck.
can say he's saying fuck.
And
But it's only in the scenes
where he's yelling at the kid.
where he's yelling at the kid. So somebody, either the MPAA or some producer, was like, "This is unacceptable."
I have no proof of this, okay? But I do think that is what happened.
Well, it's clear because the whole movie, when it's them two yelling at each other,
Yeah.
there's no like ADR rating.
Right, exactly.
None. There's also a lot of blood in the movie. Even when they talk to the cops, there's no ADRing there.
Yeah.
But only specifically in those moments when Tate is yelling at the kid, they edit out the F-bombs.
They do, every time.
Which somebody...
Well, because I thought it was like maybe we were watching an edited version, but no, they swear. Yeah. I mean...
They swear there's blood.
It's not like it's changed at all.
It's R-rated. But somebody was like, listen, you cannot do this.
Also, let's talk about the fact that it's Roy Scheider that plays Cohen.
Great actor.
Yeah. Jaws, if you've seen Jaws.
Jaws is
like
great.
Jaws, you know?
All That Jazz.
All That
great
Jazz
movie.
is great. French Connection.
He's a very I don't know what you call him, like a character actor.
He's very good, yes.
But yeah, very good actor. And I mean, I've never seen him in playing like a bad guy kind of role.
I never have either. But I mean, he's, it was very good. I liked it a lot.
But yeah, they get to Houston at the end, and there's cops everywhere. And Cohen's like, "Look, we made it," and they're like, the skyline is ahead of them, and there's cops everywhere, and he's like, he looks unwell. Like, you can tell he's like bleeding out. He's not in good shape. And there's like a police roadblock, and he plows through it. And there's also a part where he points his gun at the kid, and the kid's like, "You can't, you can't do it. You can't kill me.
It's done. It's over."
Well, the kid's like telling him like, "You're not gonna kill me. You can't." And he's like, like, "You're really sure of yourself?" But the kid knows he's not gonna kill him.
Yeah,
because he's not that psychotic. And I absolutely love the ending.
Well, because I love when he crashes through those two cruisers, and then he just knows the jig is up, right?
His car's dying.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of downtown Houston. There's cops everywhere, and he's got the kid, and he's holding him at gunpoint, and it's like the jig is up, and he's pointing the gun, and he's pointing like he's gonna kill him, and I love what he says because it's so simple, but if you really think,
so effective,
you know exactly what they're doing. Because he's just looking at the kid, pointing the gun, and he's like, "How old are you?" He's like, "I'm 9." He's like, "9? How about that?" And he has this moment of resignation. He points the gun at his throat, kills himself, cut to credits.
Yeah.
I
such a good
love that ending.
Oh, so good.
Well, I love it because it's almost like he's reminding himself of what's happening.
Well, also I think it's also a testament to, I think they're trying to say
he can't kill a 9-year-old.
Well, also a 9-year-old outsmarted him, basically. A 9-year-old kind of made him meet his end.
And not a 9-year-old outsmarted him, and he's also reminding himself of all of this has been in service of trying to kill a 9-year-old.
What also could be he's just reminded of his age and wanting to get out anyway, because he had been talking about getting out, and that was the only way out.
Yeah. Well, he knows if he fails, he would die anyway.
Yeah.
When he basically did fail, and he's also reminding himself I can't. He's not going to shoot a 9-year-old.
Yeah. He just can't do it.
Whatever adults he can kill as part of the job, whatever.
Women doesn't matter, but kids apparently.
But he's it's almost like him, the last shred of humanity that he had of I can't kill a 9-year-old.
It's so fucking well done.
Cut to credits. And that's the other thing. I also love movies that have blunt endings.
Yeah, like
where it just someone gets murdered or someone kills themselves or something and just end. Like,
because this movie is pretty fucking bleak. There's not really any big moments of levity.
None.
There's no like reprieve, especially for the kid. Like his parents just died, he gets kidnapped, and then he goes on like a fucking police chase, and then watches a guy die in front of him.
Watches a guy watches a guy shoot himself.
Yeah,
while they're handcuffed to each other, by the way.
Exactly.
So like the last shot is literally him collapsing to the ground with the kid and just cuts, and it's great.
It's so good.
That's how you end a movie.
And I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I really sometimes just love a bleak movie.
Oh no, this is great.
Where it's just like no hope.
I mean, listen, I know you have been on a journey.
I've been on an action movie kick.
You've been on a journey to find good action movies.
Please, okay. So this is me begging everyone here.
Okay.
Here's a quick little review for you. 10 Soldiers or the Tin Soldier or whatever the fuck it's called on Amazon, with like, fucking what's his name? Has like John Leguizamo, Jamie Foxx. Fucking who the fuck else? Scott Eastwood is in it. It's like this mind control cult that has like the PTSD shit. I know this is like a totally off subject, but
this is what you had to go through to come here.
Watching The Tin Soldier and then watching Cohen and Tate, it
is just called Tin Soldier.
Vastly different experiences, because that movie has a lot of good actors and fucking blows.
That movie also, if I remember correctly, it cost
a lot of money and it looks like shit.
Like $45 million.
Yeah, and it looks like shit, and I don't know what happened. Oh, Robert De Niro's also in it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's in it for like 5 minutes.
No, he's in it for a minute, but...
is that where the money went?
Maybe. But it's bad. It's not worth a watch. And so anyway, I've been watching a lot of action movies, and this was a breath of fresh air. It was really, really good. Because good action movies sometimes are pretty scarce, especially nowadays. A lot of action movies, I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but a lot of action movies are superhero movies, and I'm not into that.
Yeah, that's a big issue.
But anyway, that's a conversation for another time. But this was like really good to watch. And it's not even an action movie. It's just a thriller. But I don't know. Like, I liked it a lot. I thought the acting was really good. The story was really compelling. It was like interesting how good they directed the characters.
It's really well written.
Yeah, with like 3 characters, you have to be well written.
They're all...
especially like just mostly talking and driving.
Yeah, they're like the 3 characters, especially the 2 guys, are really compelling.
Yeah, they're really good.
Interested.
It's one of the Baldwins.
Well, he's not related.
No, but
he has the same last name.
He does have the same last name.
I always know because he was on Firefly.
Yep, Adam Baldwin.
But yeah, he was on Firefly. That's probably what everyone...
He was Jane.
Yeah, remembers him from that.
Firefly and Serenity.
Yeah.
So...
but he is...
He's really good. I gotta say, like, even the child actor, again, not annoying. Really well done. I think he was only in like 4 movies. He wasn't in a lot.
I know he was in something else that I've seen.
He was in like a few. He was pretty popular.
Which again, surprising considering this movie.
His name is like Harley Cross.
And he was in... Okay, so yeah, I've seen these. He was in The Believers.
Yes.
Which I've seen. Movie about voodoo and stuff. Mm-hmm. If anyone hasn't seen it. Pretty amusing. But yeah,
he was in the Boy Who Cried Bitch, which is an interesting movie. I don't know. He's not like super well known, and I think he's mostly a child actor that did a lot of like earlier roles, and then kind of like retired. I don't think he like went on to be a prolific actor in his adulthood. So at least I haven't seen him in anything, but. Really well done. I thought it was like just really compelling. Camera work was good. Storyline was good. Script was good. Music was good. It's just a good movie. You should just go watch it if you can find it.
Yes.
I don't know where it is watchable.
Somewhere
on the internet. Just go look for it. Cohen Tate. I think you can...
Listen, I can't do all the work.
I'm pretty sure if you have MGM Plus, it is on there. Because it is an MGM movie. So
hope so?
I would think so. I don't have MGM Plus, so I can't confirm that, but I think it is.
Or,
Or you can rent it on Prime if you want to.
Okay. MGM Plus.
Yeah.
You can watch it on MGM Plus, or you can rent it on Prime.
Yeah. So go watch it. If you like, if that interests you and you want to see a quick little thriller that's like a kind of a bottleneck movie that only has like basically 3 actors, but it's really well done. This is a good movie to watch. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's all I have to really say about it. We'll get into Shitty to Pretty, but you kind of already know.
I think for this one,
Yeah, I think it's just a 10 out of 10.
This is, unfortunately, gonna have to be...
Because it was very entertaining. There's some really fucking cool shots. Like, after he blows up the fucking 2 police cars and is just standing there with, like, his shotgun on the ground. It looks fucking awesome.
I like, the whole scene in the oil derricks. I like how it's filmed like almost like a slasher movie.
Yeah, well, because he's walking at him like slowly because his knee is all busted out, and he's just fucking like lurching at him.
All he cares about is killing this fucking kid.
The shadow play in that fucking scene is just like insane. It does look like a slasher movie.
It's great.
I don't know. It's just a good movie. Just go watch it. It's just honestly. Hopefully the one mic worked. We will see.
We will see.
I mean, It's saying that we're recording, so...
You have to deal with this at least for this episode, because sometimes...
Probably not next episode. We'll be fine, but...
We just have to get a replacement.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yep,
magically.
I'm going to try and fix the...
Magically.
I'm going to try and fix it, but I think it's ripped. I think it's dead. It's been with us for like 7 years. I think it's gone.
How dare it? How dare it die after 7 years?
The last flight of the blue microphone. Now we have one remaining. One soldier stands tall. The slightly newer blue microphone.
The slightly newer, which...
I mean, not much, because if this is a testament to how long they last, boy. This one's not long for this world.
It's all right. We got to get this one. We got to get the will written up.
Got to get the will written up for this baby right here. At least it got us through another episode.
Treated nice. It survived.
Thank you.
It fought another day.
Thank you. This is me talking to the microphone. Thank you for your service. All right. Before we lose the plot too much, I think that's all I have.
That's it. One of you kind of, re-requested a movie, or you wanted confirmation that we were going to watch a certain movie with someone named Benjamin. I assure you, that film, it is coming very soon. Don't you worry.
All right, so stay tuned for that. Hope you get excited.
Very, very soon.
Like I said, if you want us to watch another movie...
But yeah, if you have suggestions, recommendations.
Every 5 episodes, get them in. We do them. And if you want to send them to us, we can figure that out too. Just DM me.
Yeah, if you want us to review your... I don't know, student film or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to send us student films, I'll watch them.
Nonsense that I cannot find on the internet.
Listen, I don't know if it'll be a pleasant review, but you can you can send them in if you want to. Yeah. That's on you. Listen, we are honest.
Oh yeah, listen,
if nothing else on this podcast, okay?
We go into every movie with a 100% open mind.
Yes.
We do not go walking in wanting to be haters.
No.
Okay? Sometimes
on
it
any
happens.
movie. I mean, it's happened a few times.
Even an Al Adamson movie. I will give it my fair shake.
It was a little rough. We did walk into every Uwe Bowl with it being a pure hater, but it's fine.
But every Al Adamson...
That's why we got him out of the way early.
But even Al Adamson, I will go into it
I'll give him a chance. Maybe one of them is good.
But,
I doubt it, but maybe one of them is fucking good.
As soon as he has a scene where someone rapes a mentally deficient man, I usually, peace out.
That's when I check out.
Sometimes before that, but as soon as that happens.
Most of the time before that, but definitely when that happens.
Look, as they say, if I had a nickel for every time Al Adamson made me watch a rape scene
with a mentally deficient man.
I would have 2 nickels.
Specifically,
which is weird.
That is a weird sentence. It's weird that you would even have 2 nickels because you shouldn't have 2 nickels.
Look,
you should not have that money.
1 would be enough for him to get his jollies off.
1 would be too much, I think.
But he's giving us 2.
I think 1 would be too much,
2
and now we've had 2. So that's the conversation for the next L. Adamson movie that we are bound to watch. So
no, don't you dare.
You never know. It might come into the ether.
No.
In any case, thank you all for listening. Thanks for bearing with us with our technical issues. And we will have it fixed next episode.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. And
we'll do this for you.
For they mostly come out at night. This has been Will.
This has been Alex.
And we will stop cuddling now. We will talk to you all later. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Come here and give me a kiss.